So Anjali's Herbals, there's a lot of different teas that we do sell there with all different ingredients. And for whatever you may need, this particular tea has dandelion, green tea, some yarrow, chamomile, ginger, and nettle, and kelp.
Okay.
Kelp. Now, you'll notice if you look at the back, and this is like this for several teas, it does settle. So when you get it, you'll want to open the bag, and I'll open this up. You'll want to let a little bit of air into it, close it up again, and then mix it really nice before you put it in either your tea ball or when you start putting it in your press. So you really want to mix it, especially for the throat soothing one. Anything that has very fine powders is going to settle over time. So mix them up really, really nice.
So this body cleansing tea, this is what you drink and it just cleanse your body out? Like
it's really wonderful for the liver, especially. It really supports the liver, which is the main organ in your body that cleanses the blood. So, so yeah, it's great for just cleansing everything, especially, you know, we eat and we drink, and it's not always the best stuff to eat and drink. So when you start feeling a little bit sluggish, you know that you've just not been eating great, especially over the holidays. This would be a great thing to have over the holidays. So getting past Thanksgiving, getting past Christmas, all those holidays, where we're eating so much, and we've got cookies, we've got sugar.
Can I
Sugar's
smell it?
another one. Yeah, please.
Can I have some of it?
Yes, please. Yeah, let's mix them up. Sure. Tablespoons, and you know what? If you got a tea ball, that'll measure it out perfectly for you.
Okay.
So so we'll do that. Add our water. Let this sit.
So what are some of these other herbs that you have, and what do they do?
These are all things. So things that you would grow in your yard that can winter over. So some things will winter over. Now this is hawthorn berries.
Okay.
And I've got the hawthorn tree in my backyard. I think it's called Washington hawthorn, is that one? There's a couple others. But this is fantastic this is great for
But this is
the
ground
heart.
up though.
Yeah, this is ground up. Yeah, these are dehydrated hawthorn berries.
And this is what they look like before you ground them up, right?
Yeah,
And how do you get all these
sweetie.
little berries off the tree? You just
They just grow right there. They're green right now, and they're starting to get a little bit more yellow. They'll really red up as the weather gets a lot colder.
And that's when you pick them.
That's when you pick them, yeah, when they're red. So this is fantastic for the heart, actually.
Okay.
If you go on your computer and Google hawthorn berries and heart or cholesterol, you'll come up with lots of information on that. So hawthorn's fantastic for that. We've got some yarrow. So yarrow is another thing that we also grow right here. I've got a couple different kinds. This kind I think is probably the yellow flowers. I have some other that's amazing. It's almost like an orange, a bright orange color, and they can be really beautiful.
I've seen it in pink too, like a pink.
Yeah, they're really gorgeous. So so if you want to grow herbs but you still want a beautiful yard, it's completely doable. You can absolutely do it. So yarrow is actually great for fever. It helps you sort of sweat out that fever, and it's also a good detoxifier. So a lot of the herbs are good for many different things. We've got fenugreek over here, which is a nice, easy spice that you can find.
Oh, that is such
it's got
so
a fantastic.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it smells great. Yeah, it smells just like licorice, really. It's really great.
I love this. I mean, you could actually put this around your house and just as an incense.
Exactly.
It's just
So fenugreek,
it is. Smell it, you just feel so
it's
mellow.
lovely.
Yeah.
Fenugreek is fantastic for lowering the cholesterol. They've actually done studies on fenugreek. Again, if you want to go to Google, put in fenugreek and cholesterol, you'll probably come up with quite a few studies that they've done on that. So some of the others, here is the one that is in everybody's yard, almost everywhere. This is dandelion, and boy, here you go. We're destroying all these. We're killing all the dandelions in our yard, and you should be picking them and dehydrating them.
I know.
So here's the dandelion. What does this do? It detoxifies the body again. It helps with the liver. Really supports the liver. It's also oh, what do you call it, when you drink something and it makes you pee really a
Yes.
lot. So yeah, it cleanses that as well.
It helps. It's
so yeah,
diuretic.
Exactly, diuretic. Yep. So it's a good diuretic.
Yeah.
So you know, and with all herbal teas, you always want to be careful. You know how much you're taking. If you're taking, you know, like maybe a glass or two of tea a day, that's fantastic. Don't drink, you know, like a gallon a day or something,
yeah.
you know, and unless it's absolutely something that you know is perfectly safe. And most of the herbs that you're going to see either sold online or that you can grow in your backyard, the ones that you really, you know, hear about a lot, especially like raspberry or yarrow or dandelion, they're very safe. They're very safe.
I know
you
that
have to eat a lot.
dandelion, when I drink dandelion tea, you have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, and that's part of the cleansing.
It helps with water retention.
Exactly, it's part of the cleansing. This is ginger, so ginger that you had dehydrated,
Yes.
right, and ground up, and it's absolutely beautiful.
It is.
It's really lovely, and it's got a fantastic scent to it.
It does. You know,
It's
I
great.
want to tell you something about this
Yeah.
ginger real quick. Now, I want you to pick it up and smell it like that. Just smell that ginger. And I'm going to show
it's so
you.
strong.
Isn't
It's
it?
great.
Okay, now, this is the big difference between, now I have down here, this is my secret, I have down here where I have purchased a big bag of dehydrated ginger. Okay? Now smell that. Okay? And then, it's barely anything, right?
Yeah.
Barely anything. Okay, now that's what I purchased.
Okay, that's
Okay?
purchased.
This is dehydrated. Here, put your hand out.
Yeah.
And smell this.
Oh my gosh.
You see the
Oh,
difference?
what a difference, yeah.
What a
This
difference.
is way
Let me
different.
tell you
Wow.
why. When you purchase your ginger in big bags like this, that's already dried, the reason there's no flavor or there's no scent to it is because they juice it.
fantastic.
Isn't it fantastic?
Oh my gosh, they juice it.
They press all
Well, that's
the
ridiculous.
juice out.
Yeah, that's. So
And then
all
what-
you're getting is you're getting this, which has
Right.
none of the great vitamins and all of
Everything.
those ingredients that are in there that are fantastic in ginger.
And what they're doing is
Why
they're
you
taking
want
the
it to be-
leftover stuff that after they pushed all the ginger the juice
So
out of
that's
it.
like, this is the garbage.
And this is the garbage.
This is
and
the
they're
trash.
selling you the trash.
I do put ginger in quite a few teas.
Right.
Because it's great it's wonderful for digestion. Actually, ginger is one of the herbs that is just it's used for so many different things. It's really fantastic. So,
Yeah, I love
yeah,
ginger.
I mean,
I cook with it all the time.
yeah,
I
you want
yes.
the freshness that you can get. You don't want all your juice pushed out of it. That's
Well, that's
horrible.
exactly
I
what
can't
they
believe
do.
They would do that.
They do the same thing when people purchase your lemon peels, your orange peels.
Oh,
When you buy those in
yeah.
those little shakers like that, and you're paying a fortune
Yeah.
for that little shaker of orange peels,
Exactly.
and then there's no comparison to smell. You smell my orange peels compared to that, and
Right.
that smells like nothing, and mine smell like
Yeah.
oranges.
You gotta do it yourself.
Yes, it's
You
incredible.
know, well, there's these are uncertain times that we live in, right?
Right.
And we have to start to sort of take things into our own hands. So the more that you can, you know, go back to the natural world to do things so that you have stuff that is fresh, you know where it's coming from. I know what's in my tea. Now, if I go to Wegmans and I buy, now it comes in less than an ounce. Less
Yes.
than an ounce in the ones at Wegmans for, I think they're $8.99 in this
Right.
little box. This
Right.
is 2 ounces. You can make up to 30 cups of tea with this for $6. So I know what's in it. They're all fresh, they're organic.
And a lot of the herbs you grow yourself.
And a lot of things I have in my backyard, yep,
Right.
and you can grow in your backyard. It's the easiest thing in the world. All you have to do is a little bit of research, make sure that it will winter over if you're living like we are in the Northeast,
Right.
which is difficult for a lot of plants. But if you're in the South, you can grow almost all of these things and keep them there, and they'll be in your backyard and you'll always have them.
I'm gonna try
Did you
this.
want to try some
I
tea?
do.
Yeah. You can also add, a really nice thing to add to any of the
I like
teas is raw honey.
I know.
Raw honey is fantastic. Raw honey, oh my goodness, if you add it to the throat soother tea or the combat colds tea or any of the other teas, you're going to be getting that added punch of antibacterial
Right.
to whatever it is that, you know, whatever tea it is that you're using.
But to have all these herbs in your pantry is really important because you
Yeah.
can, if something was to go wrong, you can rely on this. But it's
Absolutely.
actually, you should be relying on this now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I drink herbal teas every day. I have all these herbs. I love them. I use them.
Yeah, they're great.
And
They make a huge difference.
Real quick, what kind of teas do you have on your site?
Oh my goodness, okay.
What are they really
yeah,
good
let's
for?
see, we've got the Body Cleanse.
Okay.
We've got the Combat Colds, actually I've got a list of them. We've got the Cholesterol Help Tea, which has the hawthorn berries in it. Easy Moon Tea, so that's for we women's. That's for us ladies.
Right.
So we've got, we also have Stress Relief Tea and Throat Soother Tea, and I think that's it for now. Calm the Tummy Tea.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, Build Your Immunity. So that's another tea. So Build Your Immunity would be a great thing to get right before cold season or flu season
So
starts.
someone could go to your site and actually try the teas ahead of time to see if they work, see if they like them, and then if they want to, they could start doing them themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. You're free to experiment, to add different things to it, to make the taste. You know, you add things to make it so that you really like the taste to it.
And these herbs will store for a long time if you store them with a vacuum pack and a Mylar bag.
Yep.
And so in an oxygen pack, but you want to put them in a Mylar bag because the Mylar bags, I don't have any here, keep all the light out.
Right, exactly.
Which degrade the herbs, so they could store for even your teas.
Yep, and you want to keep them in a cool area as well. Just like any home storage, you always want to keep something in a cool area. So.
All right.
So yeah.
Thank you. You're great.